Hey, what's up? It's your boy Stephen McCoy, and you are listening and watching Sessions with Stephen. And today we have actor Eddie McClintock and Maya Strojan. Hey, how are you?
Hey,
Um,
Hello.
fantastic.
how are you guys doing?
Yeah,
Doing
you
great.
know,
Go ahead, Eddie. I'll let you start on how you're doing.
any day above ground for me is a good day. So, yeah.
Well, I mean, Maya is the one who just recently tied the knot. Can we see the ring? Let's see the ring.
Hello, hello.
Congratulations.
Booyah, booyah.
He did good. He did good. No,
He did.
yeah, it's interesting. I just got married and I'm back. We just bought a home, so we're moving. This looks like the place is semi-tidy, but luckily you're not seeing the rest of the room. But but yes, it's so we're still in the process of moving, but feeling good, you know?
We
Congrats.
love that. And I wanted to ask you for all of the hopeless romantics out there. Has life gotten a little bit sweeter after marriage?
Oh, absolutely. In the sense that I just feel more motivated than ever to pursue my dreams, and I feel that freedom. If you're with the right person, then just that added support on your journey can be so wonderful. And he's my best buddy. We just goof around and have fun. You know.
Yeah, Chad has a lot of sense of humor. I've seen. Oh,
Yeah.
now, Eddie, what's going on with you? I know you, happy wife, happy life. You have the boys.
I know. Then I have a question for Eddie too. I would love to know what is your greatest advice on happy marriage.
Honesty. Just be honest. You
I
know,
like that.
it's like, my wife and I, we don't always get along, but we love each other. And, I'm not, I'm no walk in the park. And I have my flaws. She has her flaws, but we love each other despite our flaws. So,
I love that.
I mean,
And
we've been married for 16 years, and it's gone by just like that.
well, well,
So,
what advice
wait till
would
we
you
start
give the
having
newlywed?
kids,
Well,
huh?
honesty, right? Your advice was honesty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We love it. Now, you guys are
Thank
obviously
you.
here to speak about Reboot Camp, and wow, what a film! What you don't even know what to call it sometimes. Is it a film? Is it a doc? Is it a reality show? I love it because it's like a mixture of everything in it. Um, would you guys elaborate on your characters and how was it filming Reboot Camp?
You first, young lady.
Well, it's interesting because I'm really into self-help. I really enjoy practicing gratitude, meditating, all that good stuff, yoga. So to portray someone that is using all of those things in order to gain power was really interesting and fascinating. And coming from a place, when you're the villain, you always want to come from a place, I think, of empathy, like the why would someone want to do those things. And she's basically a failed actress. And in our industry, I'm sure you can relate, Eddie, we've all gone through many failures, many rejections.
Yes, I can.
So she was more relatable than I thought she would be. And you know, yeah, just coming from a place of just being tired of being unloved and undervalued, and then just needing to gain that power back, needing to have that confidence and strength, and using other people in order to gain that validation that she so craves. So basically, just a really fascinating person to step into.
I mean, where did you draw from that experience? Because obviously, I go on your Instagram and you have on a beautiful white gown dancing
Oh
with your
my
husband.
gosh.
So, what did you draw from any experience from your past, or to?
Well, first of all, for all the listeners out there, Instagram is a highlight reel of your best moments. It does not showcase my real life by any means. It's the top 5% joy of my life. So that's always a good reminder for people. I try to remind people whenever I can on Instagram, but yeah, for sure. I'm going to show my best of my best because that's the things that I want to look back on, right? I don't want to look back on those times where like my life sucks and I've been rejected or I've been dumped or I've been, so that's not going to be on my Instagram. But for sure, like I think, I pulled from all those times where, for a year I didn't book a single job, or for sometimes maybe even 2 years, not, there's been times in my life that have been extremely dark. And I think just those are blessings for us actors, because then we get to pull from them. We get to live, those moments again, but under a different scope, under a different light, where we get to use it to our benefit, right? To create good work. So, yeah.
But speaking of self-help, what did you do to get out of that? Did you seek any self-help? What did you do to?
Yeah, so interestingly enough, for the last 10 years, I've been practicing transcendental meditation every day, twice a day. So it's a 20-minute meditation every morning, every afternoon. And for the last 9 years, I've been doing a practice of gratitude every single day. For about half an hour to an hour. And, I've gone on a lot of podcasts about it because that's something that I believe for me has worked, has been the answer to depression, anxiety, OCD, all these different things that I've suffered from. So, again, it was kind of just a weird manifestation to manifest a character that would sort of not fully believe in those things, but use those to her advantage in order to move on up in life.
Love that. Eddie, will you be able to speak to us about your character, and what are your thoughts on self-help?
Well, in regards to self-help, I'm 20 years clean and sober, so a lot of the things.
Yeah.
So a lot of the things
yeah.
thank you. A lot of the things that Maya's talking about is something that I also practiced. Gratitude lists. Not trying to stay out of results, trying to be in the now, as opposed to future tripping. So help. I've been trying to meditate, although I'm such a spaz. Like I'm like at 3 minutes, and I'm like, okay, I'll go. So it's a building block. It's a process for me, and I think probably for anyone who wants to quiet the voices and just be. And like I try and work on my breathing, and even when I'm working on my breathing, I'm repeating like a mantra of gratitude, whether it be love or acceptance, thy will be done. As someone in recovery, man, that can be my biggest obstacle is, trying to look into the future and instead of just being in the here and now. So I think it's really cool that Maya is that invested. We all do, we all use different coping mechanisms to deal with what we've been dealt emotionally, and
definitely.
And so, obviously for someone who was using alcohol and drugs, that was my coping mechanism. And now that I've been sober, I have to find a different coping mechanism. So I'm not sure that that's what we're.
No, that really hit it right on the nose for sure. I mean, and congratulations on you being sober for 20 years, you said.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But as far as my character is concerned,
Yeah.
Cooper, um, my friend David Lipper, who is also co-stars with Maya, he called me. He and I were in acting class with Ivana Chubbuck over 20 some years. Oh, you were with Ivana as well?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So David and I met in Ivana's class, maybe 97, 98. And, we've kept in touch via the social media, and he was like, "Hey man, I want you to come do this thing in this movie that we're doing." I was honored, and so when I saw what it was, and I saw that it was kind of a docu-dramedy, part
Right,
documentary,
exactly.
part
Yeah.
drama, part comedy.
Mockumentary.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a good
mockumentary.
one too.
Documentary. It reminded me of some of my favorite films: Waiting for Guffman, Spinal Tap, Best in Show, and Christopher Guest has always been just one of my favorites. The characters that he's able to create that are really pushing they're right at the boundary of being a caricature, but not. He grounds it in a way that you still want to go along for the ride without going, this guy's just created a cartoon.
Right.
So I kind of this character Cooper, I was like, I want to try that. I've never really or had an opportunity to do that. So I decided Cooper was like this ambiguously gay. Is he gay? Is he not gay? Is he, who is, like there's a scene where I have a beard. I had a beard, right? But my beard has kind of gray in it, but I was like, he's an egomaniac also. So he has like way too much color in his beard.
Yeah,
I wanted it to look like, he's really vain and
yeah.
full of himself. So, I went for it, and I went. It's like when I walked on set with that leotard or whatever that, and I kind of pushed my gut out, and so I made him look a little chubby, and a lot of fun. It was just a lot of fun, and Evo gave me permission to. And Evo, by the way, a great guy, great director, and as we were kind of running through it, he came over and he was like, just cut away some of it. So I was it's always easier for a director to say, can you pull it down, as opposed to saying, dude, can you not
Right.
lay there like a dead fish, So I trimmed it and kind of cut away some of the bigness of who Cooper
Right.
was,
Right.
and I think that I'm real happy with the way it turned out. I was really honored to be asked to be a part of this group, such a talented group of actors. So.
Yes, and I had Evo and Chad on the show, and it was really interesting just getting their perspective. But the good thing is that I heard that this may be turned into a TV series. Now, would you two join if so?
If we were invited, then yes. Yes.
Show me the money.
Right. Well,
Yeah,
let's
of course,
get
man.
that together.
Absolutely. So fun.
I
Yeah,
love
that would be great.
Now, everyone is talking about Warehouse 13. People are still watching, and also you have Disney Plus, a Disney Plus show coming out. You have to speak to us about that.
Yeah, Friday, my episode of The Mighty Ducks
Yeah.
airs. I play the father of the lead young man and Lauren Graham's ex. So you know, I from what I heard, I did a decent job, and if they move forward into a season 2, I think there's a good chance that my character will show up. So, you know, fingers crossed on that.
Right.
And, you know, I you know, getting to work with Emilio was awesome because, you know, I grew up with the Brat Pack, and he was the coolest. He couldn't have been nicer. And so, yeah, I hope people enjoy it.
Now, when you are home with your family and you have your 2 boys, how excited are they when they see their father on TV or on Disney Plus or things where people of their ages will see you or hear your voice?
Couldn't care less.
not
They
not
could
one
not.
bit.
They could not care less. I mean, you know, when I was doing Warehouse 13, they were 2 and 3. So they kind of grew up with me, like, oh, this is what I do. They come to set, there's that, you know, and they're just like, I'll be like, hey, I'm on 911 tonight. And they're like, oh, cool. Back
well,
up there.
I'm sure they're still proud of it. They were born into it. So it's like, you know, Dad's always been.
Someday when I'm in the dirt, they'll go, you know, maybe I should have been a little more supportive to the old man.
How old are they?
Maya. So what do you
14 and 15.
Oh, wow. What ages? Sorry. Yes, listening.
Maya, I wanted to ask you about your upcoming project. I know you've been busy. Your career had been blooming, and your personal life. I feel like people are really interested in just seeing your life. But before we get into your upcoming project, obviously, with this film, Reboot Camp, it has an element of reality/docu style. Would you ever consider doing a reality show?
Never.
She's like, we're not getting in at all. Like,
I mean, okay, no, never say never, right? Never say never. But the short answer is no.
Right.
I value my privacy, and as I said, like with Instagram, I choose my highlight reel. You know.
I love that. Yeah.
What I want to share is what I want to share. But
absolutely. Well, where can we see you moving forward?
Where can you see me? Oh, so I just had a movie come out called Senior Moment with Christopher Lloyd, William Shatner, and Jean Smart. It was so wonderful working with these legends, and it's just a very heartfelt movie. And then I just finished working on this project called Bite, which is the polar opposite of that. It's actually the opposite of a heartfelt movie. It's a real thriller where, again, I get the opportunity to play someone that is evil to the core. But I play a lot of, you know, not so kind people. But it's always fun to explore different sides of yourself. So I had the opportunity to do that, and I have another project coming up in June, which I'm excited for, that shoots in Vegas, that you'll hear more about, I am sure, in upcoming interviews.
Yes, we can't wait. Well, make sure that you come back and speak to me about it, of course.
I will.
Well, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you guys for coming on to Sessions with Steven. You guys were great in the film, and make sure that you guys go see the film. It is going to be on all streaming platforms starting May 4th. So check it out, and make sure you're following Eddie and Maya, and like, comment, subscribe.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hey, subscribe now.